If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in advanced level where we are solving previous year IIT questions on sequence and series. So today we will be solving from question number 6 to question number 8a. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Now if you come to 6, solve the following equation for x and y. This is given as y, this sum, long sum, and this is given as x. Okay, so if I consider this is alpha, so what will be this one? So you can write log properties. Suppose you are not comfortable with this base, anytime you can change log base. Suppose I am going to 2 base, so divide by this. So this is the formula, log AB. Suppose I am not interested in this base B, I can change it log A to the base C, log B to the base C. I can go to a new base C, but for that I have to do division, so that you can think CC get cancelled, then AB is coming. So that's why I am going to all log 2 base. So now what happens, because this is 2, this is 4, now it will look like this. Now what is this series? Because it is dot dot dot, you can see it is an infinite series, GP, infinite GP. So because infinite GP sum, you know, A by 1 minus R, that is y. So you got y is equal to 2 alpha, something of this format, where alpha is equal to this. Now if you see this series, this is an AP, first term this, and what is its common difference is 4, and what is this? If you put y equal to 1, then you get the first term. This is the nth term actually, y plus 1, Tn actually. If you find Tn is a plus n minus 1 into d is here 4. So if you do this one, you will see it is 4n plus 1. So this is actually nth term, nothing. So what is the sum of nth term? This is the formula. This is also sum of n term, because this is 2y minus 1, 2y minus 1. If you put y equal to 1, this, if you put y equal to 2, so this is also nth term. No need to take sum of odd numbers. Here I have directly put that shortcut. Sum of odd numbers is always n square, but we apply AP, that will also give with the common difference 2. Y is equal to n by 2, means instead of this you write y by 2, 2 into 1 plus n minus n is for y minus 1 into 2. That will also give you y square only. You can see 2y, 2 get cancelled, and 2 will again get cancelled, so you will get y square. So that is equal to how much? 4, this one. So now you know alpha in terms of 2, because if I know alpha I can put y, then I will find the equation of y, because this side is y, this side can also be y. So that's why I have changed the base to the base 2. So this is log x to the base 2, log 2 to the base 2, sorry, log 4 to the base 2 it will be, because it is 4. So it will be upper one will be alpha, this will be log 4 to the base 2 is 2. So instead of 4 alpha you put this one 2y. Here I have calculated alpha, but you can directly put alpha is equal to 2y, then you can directly get y. But you can do it in this way. I have substituted this, I have got this alpha 2 value. Now if you put alpha 2 value, y you will get also 2 value, but y you can see it cannot be negative, because it is the sum of a series which is positive number. Okay, so if it is cannot be negative, so y is a natural number, because you can see y is, you are writing any term in terms of y, this is yth term. So y is natural number, because it was the first term, second term. So y cannot be negative. Here from here also you can see. So if y cannot be negative, so obviously you will have with these options, that is y equal to this. Now you know alpha is equal to 3 by 2, so what will be x? So this is your x and y. Now if you come to 7, if alpha beta are the roots of this equation and gamma delta are the roots of this equation, then they are in GP. Find the integral values of PQ. So they are in GP means you can write it in this format. So sum of these two you can easily calculate from this quadratic 1, and sum of these two is 4, and product I have written separately. So from here you can easily calculate, because both are the equation of A and R. So you replace A or divide 1 by 1, or you replace A plus 1 by R is equal to 1, then you will get R square, then you will get 2R. 1 is R equal to 2, R is equal to minus 2. If R is equal to 2, then A is equal to 1 by 3. If R equal to minus 2, then A equal to minus 1. Now you come to this side, because they are asking integral values, that you have to be careful. Now if you take product of alpha beta, then you will get P. If you take product of gamma delta, then you will get Q. Okay, product of alpha beta, what I have considered alpha beta, A and AR, so it is A square R, these two product. So now you know, suppose if I put the first set, A is equal to 2, 1 by 3 into 2, but it is not an integral value. P, it is fraction, you can see it is 2 by 9, so this cannot be. So next set you put A is equal to minus 1 and R is equal to 2, so P can be this one. Similarly for Q, it is this into this, that is AR to the power 5. Q means it is you are multiplying gamma into delta. That is for second equation, C by A, C by A, product of two roots. Next, same, if we cannot put this one because you have seen this is not integer, so this set is not working, so you will put this one, that is minus 32. So the answer is P should be minus 2, Q should be minus 32, integral value. Now 7b, if the sum of the first two n terms of an AP is this one, is equal to the sum of the n terms of this AP. So it is easy, sum of two n terms of this AP, you know the first term, you know difference. Sum of n terms of this AP, again you know first term, again you know difference. If you put these two equal, you will find n equal to 11. Now if you come to 7, if ABCD are in AP, then this ABC, ABD, ACD, BCD. So for this type of questions you need lots of practice, so that you know what should you do. You divide, because you can see if you divide ABCD, a term which is ABCD, if you divide everyone, so you will get one term in each one, that is 1 by D, 1 by C, 1 by B, 1 by A. Now because they are in AP, ABC are in AP, so because ABCD are in AP, so this will be in HP. Because this is HP, so this will be in HP. Because if you divide a HP by a constant number, then it remains an HP. That's what I have written. If your sequence is divided by any constant term, then the nature of the sequence remains same, whatever the nature it was. Nature, not A, not common difference, that I am not saying no common ratio, but the nature remains same. If it is AP, then AP. If it is GP, then GP. If it is HP, then HP. If you divide by a constant number. I am going from back, because ABCD are in AP, that means this is in HP, that means this is also in HP, because this is required. Now if you come to 7D, if these are positive real numbers of n GP, for each n, AN, GN, HN respectively, the arithmetic means GM, HM is the arithmetic mean of this one, and find the expression for GM in terms of GM, that is G1, G2, G3, in terms of AM, A1, A2, these are the AMs and HM. So you know already A, G, H, they form an GP, that is G square equal to AH. So this one, if after doing all those things, you will find that only as answer. So Gn square equal to An into Hn. So that proof we have already seen while discussing theory. The same is extended here. So Gn will be, you take n terms now. So if you take A, how many A's will be there? Na, and then R power. This will be power up to n minus 1. So it was n into n plus 1 by 2. In that you will put n into n, sum up to n terms, but here sum up to n minus 1. So in place of n you put n minus 1. So it will be n minus 1, it will be n minus 1 plus 1, that is n here. So after doing this you will find something here. Similarly for an also, you take sum of all terms, then divide by n. Gm is product of all terms, the nth root. So again here it is a GP series. So you apply GP series summation format, you will get this one. What was HM? Take inverse of all terms, sum them, divide by number, and then finally you take again inverse. So if you take LCM of this one, you will get this one in the denominator, and numerator will again be a GP. So again this is a GP, you apply the GP sum formula again this. So what was your a Gn was A1 into An to the power half. And if you take product of An and Hn, An is this one, and then take Hn, you will take, if you cross these two, this everything will be cancelled. If you take product, everything you will get this one. So this is An into Hn to the power half. Finally they are in GP. This one already we have seen in theory. Now if you come to 8a, suppose ABC are in AP and they are in GP. If A is less than B less than C and this summation is given, then the value of A they are asking. So this is given to you, and ABC are in AP. So this is also given to you. So from here you can directly calculate. So A plus C is equal to 2B. B you can directly calculate. So once you know B, then A will be this one, something minus D, something another one is plus D. So then now you go to this one, second one, A square, B square, C square. So they are in HP, so product of these two should be equal to this. B square, this square, this into this should be equal to this into this. That is B square equal to AC. So middle term square 2 times is equal to AC. So if you do this one, you will get again D. Finally you will get D square equal to either 0 or this one. D cannot be 0. Because if D is 0, then this cannot be satisfied, because if D is 0, then all three terms are equal. There cannot be any increase, but they are equal, not equal. B is greater than A, so C is greater than B, so it cannot be. So obviously D should be this one. So if D is this one, what is the first term? That is the value of the A, 1 by 2 minus D. So this is your first term, that is your option D. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.